Hey all, my name is Paul Borosky and I am the owner of Quality Business Plan. And what I'd like to do today is give you all some tips and tricks on how to write a co-workspace business plan or an office space leasing business plan, as well as to introduce you all to a basic financial model that may be expanded upon later for your pro forma, a 12-month profit and loss, as well as your pro forma income statement and balance sheet. So the way the video is going to work out is I'm going to go ahead and give you all some thoughts and ideas as to what I do and how I do it. From that point in time, I'll then go ahead and give you some tips and tricks on writing your workspace business plan. All right, so without further ado, let's zip through this little handy-dandy PowerPoint presentation. So as promised, a little bit about me, who I am and what I do. I am a professional writer, specifically a business plan writer. So if you would like to avoid all the fun and excitement aligned with writing your own business plan for your co-workspace office business plan, please feel free to reach out. Give me a call, send me a text, send me an email. I would be absolutely delighted to write that business plan for you. Also, I do have numerous books published on Amazon.com in regards to business plan writing as well as understanding financial statements. So if you'd like some more information about those two topics, check my books out on Amazon.com. And then finally, I am an adjunct professor and subject matter expert in both business and finance. So if you do need some financial projections done, whether they need to be included with a business plan or just separately, I would be delighted to go ahead and customize some financial projections for you as well. All right, infomercial is done. Let's talk about your co-workspace or your office space leasing business plan. Tip number one, company description. When you're writing your co-workspace or your office business plan, office space leasing business plan, make sure to identify some of your amenities in the company description section. For example, some co-workspace or office space businesses, they're going to have a shared secretary. There might be some restaurants nearby. It could be in a downtown area. Heck, as entrepreneurs, it very well could be open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And from what I've done more than a few co-workspace business plans, and I've also found that some of those businesses, what they're doing is they're leasing space virtually as well as leasing space on an as-needed basis, with a conference room. So there's a lot of ways you can spin it. Make sure to definitely include that information in your business plan. The amenities, how it's going to be structured, and maybe some of the additional revenues that are going to be aligned with it. Next, when you're writing this type of business plan, make sure to identify if these office spaces are going to be furnished or unfurnished or both. Furnished office spaces, of course, are going to lease at a higher rate, but you're going to have higher fixed costs aligned with those. Unfurnished space, you're going to have, again, a lower fixed cost, but you're going to also have lower revenues with that as well. So make sure if you're going to do one or the other or both, make sure to differentiate that in your financial projections, and also discuss that in the company's description section, specifically in your financial model or your business models of what you're going to be doing and how you're going to be doing it in your operations. Touch on that as well. And then finally, when you're writing this kind of a business plan, make sure to include some industry statistics in relations to the co-workspace or the office space leasing industry. For example, there are revenues right now for the industry is about $2.3 billion in the U.S. annually, as well as the revenue growth for the last several years has been about 2.6% annually. So its steady growth shows it's a mature industry, and the revenues for the industry are pretty healthy at $2.3 billion. When you include these kind of statistics in your business plan, you're adding credibility to the document. It shows that it's a factual document, especially when you use your footnotes for your references. It shows that this information was published by somewhere else, and you're using it, and you're showing that this is a viable business. So again, it does add credibility to the document. Also, when you include industry statistics, you show that you've done the research on the industry, so you're going to add credibility to yourself as an industry expert or as an industry professional. So it's showing that not only can you, manage some kind of a co-workspace business, but you have the knowledge of the industry to be able to, exploit some opportunities that might be coming down the line. So there's a lot of benefits to including some statistics, and it doesn't take a lot of work. So make sure you include that information in your company description section. Next is going to be your financial projections. When you're doing your business plan for your co-workspace or your office space leasing business, you do want to go ahead and include your financial projections for the next 12 months and an income statement for the next 3 to 5 years, as well as, for the most part, you want a balance sheet as well, but I'm finding that that's less and less asked for as compared to the projections and the 12-month profit and loss statement. But for this video, I'm not going to get into the full-blown financial projections, but what I do want to show is that this short and sweet little financial model that I've concocted right here, this information, can be expanded upon for your future projections, but also in using this little financial model, you're able to identify how many tenants you need to be leased out, as well as the rates to go ahead and optimize your net profits. So the way this works is it's broken into 3 segments: revenue segment, cost section, and then our monthly profits. For the revenue section, what we're going to do is we're going to identify how many units, how many co-work spaces are available for leasing. For this example right here, we're saying that there's 15 units that are going to be available for leasing at your location. The average sales price, or the average lease per month, is going to be about $1,250. And then the variable costs align with month-to-month cost. Now, this is not including the electric or anything like that, but we're going to say the variable cost is $15. So based on this information right here, what we need to do is we need to calculate our monthly gross profits. To do that, we're going to go ahead and take our sales price, which is $1,250, and we are going to deduct our variable cost of $15. Gives us a monthly gross profit of $1,235. We are then going to multiply that number by 15, which is a number of co-work spaces we're going to have. It gives us a total of $18,525. Days of the month, well, we're going to be leasing on a monthly basis, so we're going to say it's 1. So our monthly gross revenues is $18,250. If we're going to be releasing this space on a weekly basis, then we would change this to a 4.3 to reflect a weekly basis as compared to a daily basis or a monthly basis. But for the most part, co-work spaces is leased at a monthly basis, so keep the days of the month as 1. Next, what we need to do is we need to go ahead and identify some of our fixed costs aligned with servicing our co-workspace tenants. Some of the fixed costs could be the lease that we're going to be paying, or the mortgage that we're going to be paying for the building, labor, utilities, marketing, supplies, accounting, legal, insurance, and then also the miscellaneous. Once we identify all of our fixed costs, we're going to add them up, sum them up. For this hypothetical, it's going to be $11,500. Our final step for the monthly profits is we're going to go ahead and the first line, we're going to bring down our monthly gross profits, $18,525, and we're going to put it right here. Next, what we're going to do is we're going to bring down our cost, $11,500, and we're going to put it right here. And then finally, our net profits, we're going to deduct our costs from our gross profits. It's going to give us a net profit of $7,025. So what this does, once we have this model created, is now we can change the number of tenants, we can change the sales price, and we can change our variable costs. And as we make these changes, we're going to be able to see how it impacts our net profits. So this way, once we have this model, we now know that we can take a look at the market, and if we think the market's going to be going up, we can change the sales price up, and again, we're going to be able to identify the net profits. If we don't think we can lease out all 15 units, day 1, then we can reduce that 12, and again, see how that's going to impact our net profits. So in general, once the models build up, all we have to do is just focus on taking care of our customers, taking care of our tenants, and getting our average rent that we need monthly, and then keeping our costs in line, and we should be able to, again, identify and hit those net profits that we're looking for. All right, so hopefully that information is helpful. And so to sum this up, when you are writing your co-space or office space leasing a business plan, make sure to follow a proven format. You can go to the SBA website, and yes, they do have a business plan template there for free, and you can download it and you can use it for your co-space business, as well as for a airplane manufacturing business, as well as for a restaurant, as well as for a farm. So because it's so generalized, you might spend more time trying to figure out what you need and don't need as compared to just starting from scratch. So just be careful with those formats. Make sure to follow a proven format that's aligned with the co-workspace industry. Next, keep the star of the show as the business. Yes, the business might be in downtown Orlando, and it might be right next to 17 restaurants, and it could be also next door to 2 different well-known bars. And you can go on and on about the area and why it's so appealing, the area, that you forget to talk about the business itself. So make sure to keep the star of the show as a business, and make sure your business plan is well-rounded. Finally, if you do need help writing your business plan, if you do need help with your financial projections, please give me a call, send me a text, send me an email, or visit my website at qualitybusinessplan.com/business plan prices, 3 /. And then finally, if you want to go ahead and write your business plan yourself, I do have a template that is aligned with the office space or co-space industry. It's a Word document as well as a pro forma financial model that you can go ahead and just go in there and you can change the information, put your information into the structure I've already provided, and you can also update the Excel spreadsheet with your information as well. And once you do that, within a short amount of time in using that customized business plan template for the co-workspace industry, you should be ready to go, like I said, in a short amount of time. So hopefully this information was helpful. If you liked the video, give me a thumbs up on YouTube. And as always, go out and make a little bit of money. Thank you.